we'll gather round, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my
Together
channel. So we are doing a Temu haul today. If you've never used Temu before, they are, I want to say fairly new. I only first heard about them last year. They have fairly cheap prices. Like their pricing is really, really well. You can get free shipping on orders that are $10 and over. Now the shipping does take usually around 10-ish days to do. And they have a really great refund system if something is wrong. Generally speaking, depending on what it is, you don't even have to send the item back. You just send them a couple pictures, tell them what's wrong, and you get the credit back pretty fast. In most cases, almost instantly. And then they do have a 30-day price guarantee, so you can go back and check, and if the item that you purchased is cheaper within 30 days, you can get a price adjustment on it, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I have got a bunch of different molds, some new ones to try. We're going to use that big leaf mold in today's video, which I'm super excited about. This lantern, I have seen a video, maybe two on. I think it's going to be great for the holidays and all this stuff coming up. You can do a lot of different things with it. I also got these cute little skeleton earrings, and this just some more kind of rhinestoney type deals. And then this cute little, it's a fondant, I think, mold, but I'm not using anything for fondant. So what I want to do to kind of start today's project is I've got my mold, and this silicone on this mold is like super squishy and stretchy. It's a really nice silicone. I really, really like it. Like the feel of it is just really, really nice. But what I'm going to do is I am taking my Let's Resin hollow powder in gold, and I am just kind of brushing it over the veins of this leaf using one of those little eyeliner brushes that I have. And I just want this to kind of stand out. Now, this project is going to be very beginner friendly. So if you are new to resin, this is a kind of good one to kind of start off with. And I think it turns out absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm so excited. All I'm doing now is I'm trying, it's not working, but I'm trying not to get this glitter powder everywhere. I mean, we all know if you've dusted with any micas, you know how it goes. But I'm trying to go mainly in the veins. Now, up near where the mold kind of over, goes over top of the rest of the mold, it's like going everywhere, but it's fine. I'm not super worried if it's going to be on the back of it. I'm honestly not worried if I have a little bit here and there. I just don't want my lines blown out, if that makes sense. So I am going with some painter's tape over it, just kind of fixing up the areas that I pulled too much off of. And the painter's tape is just going to get rid of the majority of it on the top where it's open here. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to get a big kind of floofy brush that's super soft, and I'm going to varnish this in really, really well, because that's how you're going to get that really holographic kind of look to it. After I'm done going over that, what I did was I am taking that same brush and my alcohol, and I'm just kind of dipping it into my alcohol and trying to get a lot of that excess glitter off of the areas that I don't want it. Where I don't mind a little extra here and there, I want my lines as nice as I can possibly make them. And then I'm going to like kind of wipe off that excess glitter that I'm getting on my brush on this paper towel before I dip it back into the alcohol. Up where the kind of undercut of that mold is, like where the mold is overlapping itself, there is going to be some areas where the glitter is kind of going to be not all over the place, but more than where it ideally I would like it, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Like I said, I'm not too worried if there's a little extra glitter there. I just don't want my lines really kind of looking crazy. Okay, so fall leaf, that's what I'm going for. So I have taken my resin, and today I am using Rolio's resin. and I just divided it into 4 different cups. We are using 4 different colors. I am using Let's Resin's mica powder. I just received it yesterday. We're going to do an actual unboxing video on it here coming up, but I really wanted to play around with these colors because I'm super excited about it and make this leaf look like it is a real kind of changing leaf going through all the colors. So I am using leaf green forest green for the green. And then in this pack, you get a red color shift mica, which is what that kind of orangey one is that I mixed secondly. Then we're going yellow, and then for the majority of it, the well, not necessarily the majority of it, but the bigger cup here is maroon. So what I want to do is I looked at how like different autumn leaves, right? And yes, you have some of them that are all the same color, whatever. But kind of like when they're in the process of changing before that green completely goes away and that leaf is completely dead, it kind of goes through a color kind of spiely. So I am taking my darkest color, that maroon, and just for the tips of the top portion of this leaf, I'm going in with that. Now I am pouring it very slowly. This is a thicker resin, more of a medium viscosity, a little bit thicker than your typical, like, say Let's Resin's epoxy resin. This is thicker than that. I'm going in slowly so it fills all of those kind of voids. I am going to kind of push it around to make sure that there are no air bubbles trapped in there because that would be a sad thing to happen. Letting it kind of sort of do its thing. And then after it's kind of settled a bit, I'm going to go in and add a little bit more until I'm happy with where it's at. Now we're going in with the orange, and I'm going down a little bit farther on that leaf so that the bottom portion of that leaf is going to be more this color, kind of really close to where I was already at with that darker maroon color, going in with the orange. And then what I want to do is add a little bit of the yellow coming up next. And then we're going to go in with the green here in a minute. Now I am kind of adding a little bit more of the orange because I don't want to lose it completely. Going in with the green. Now, when I looked up pictures, it's kind of the bottom portion of the the leaf that still has that green look to it, and then the colors just kind of go out from there. So that's what I want to emulate. Now, in the stem of the leaf, I am taking my dotting tool and making sure that it goes in there and there's no air trapped in that, taking it up just a little bit higher. I don't want too much green in here because it is a dying leaf, but I do want to make sure that it's seen. Going back in with the orange again to kind of push that yellow back just a little bit because I need the outer edge of this to be more orange than yellow. And then we are going to go in with our yellow again. Now, at this point, my mold is pretty full, and I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. Now, my purpose for this is not just to, pop any bubbles that may be in there, but to kind of blend these colors out a little bit and mix them up. And then I'm just kind of going and making sure I did over pour just a little bit and it was kind of leaking out the side. So I am kind of going in there. And then we're just gonna kind of let it do its thing and let it cure up, and hopefully this will come out the way I want it to and won't all kind of be blobby in the middle, that I'll get that organic blending of color that I'm looking for. So I'm not going to have the harsh lines or anything like that. I am going to go back in with a tiniest bit of orange again. And then I will hit it one more time with the heat gun just to kind of soften that a little bit, or maybe not. I don't know. I thought I did. Anyway, so 24 hours later, here we are. And you can tell, look how just stretchy and squishy this mold is. Like, I really like this kind of silicone. I do. I don't have enough molds that are like this, honestly. Anyway, so time to demold it and see if I got the results that I was looking for. Hey, come on, come on, come on. Hurry up. Let's do this. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Look how beautiful that is. Do you see just the way there's no harsh lines? Just the way that it kind of just did its own thing. Now I did get a little bit of sharpness on the back here, and I'm just going to get that off with my deburring tool real quick. And that's that little area that I overpoured that it kind of went over the mold a little bit. I am in love with how this turned out. I think it is super, super gorgeous. Like, the hollow glitter on there just kind of makes those veins just stand out and adds that little bit more dimension. Now I am going to take my Deco Color paint pen and I am just going to go around the very tips of this little dish with gold. I think that's just going to kind of finish it off nicely and just add a little bit more something to it. You'll see in the close-up pictures where I did get a little bit of glitter like outside of those veins that I was talking about, but it's just the tiniest bit. It's not too much. I think it turned out perfectly. I did get one tiny little air bubble on the tips of one of the leaves, parts of the leaf, but I mean, all in all, like it could be worse. I am in love. I love how it turned out. I think it looks honestly very realistic to what you would actually find, just the way that the colors kind of blend out and in, and I love it. Anyway, that is pretty much a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Saturday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Blue elephant is strong. Together we belong. In every comment right, you lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer.